Yeah.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I love the Wish You Made Me Cry tissue boxes. It's
These are
great.
fantastic, by the way. They've been by my desk since I think we got them from you guys at like Christmas.
Oh my
time.
gosh, that's
They're
amazing.
perfect.
Amazing.
We're all staying very healthy here, but we have them just in case. So.
You know it. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. This is what we have to do right now. I think a lot of people are doing the same thing. But you know, even though we all can't be around each other, we still have to connect. So thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you. This is great.
How are you doing? How's quarantine life going for you?
It's interesting. I was quarantining in LA for a bit, and then it got crazy there. The hysteria was a lot for me. So I ended up driving back to Phoenix, and I've just been like with my family for the past couple of weeks. So low-key, it's been kind of nice to like have all this time with my family, but it's just so strange. Like it feels so apocalyptic or something. Like it's been a trip, but I guess like it's made me realize like that you need to like check on the people you love more, because like everyone's alone right now for the most part. So you need to like call up your friends and your family and make sure everyone's like doing okay, you know.
You're home with your family. How are you passing the time?
Making a bunch of music. It's been kind of dope. I was like making a bunch of music by myself, and then I was like, I miss doing sessions. So a lot of the people that I work with, usually in LA, we've just been doing sessions on FaceTime. So that's been really fun and weird to try and like navigate, because there's like a latency, like a lag on FaceTime. So to try and like sing at the same time with someone else is really hard, but it's been fun. So yeah, I've just been trying to like make music, picked up like painting. I've been trying to find some hobbies. I've been loving Tiger King. Did you watch Tiger King?
I just finished it last night.
Oh my gosh. That show is like another world. It's so good. But yeah, I don't know. It's been crazy, but I've just been trying to like make the most of it, which I feel like everyone's trying to do right now.
There's a certain comfort in knowing that everybody is going through the exact same thing.
Totally.
That's kind of what we've been dealing with here. So just trying to pass the time and do what we can.
It's crazy.
So you have new music. We love 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which
Thank
is awesome. Did you release that early because of all this, or was that still scheduled to come out when it did?
We knew, like I knew I wanted to put it out. I just didn't really know when, and then quarantine happened, and I was like, this feels very appropriate for the times right now. And then so we kind of like rush released it, but yeah, I've always like wanted to put that song out since I made it a few months ago, but it just felt like it fit for the time being right now. So I'm pumped it's finally out.
Yeah, it's a great song. Tell us a little bit about making it and
behind it. Well, I mean, like one day last year, because all of last year I was just kind of like doing sessions every day, and then one day I just thought like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that's funny, and then I kept my espresso machine is like going off in the background. But no, I had like had the idea for it and had tried writing the song like a couple different times and didn't love like how it was turning out, like the concept around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I realized I was like, oh, I'm just overthinking this. Like this just needs to be a song solely about just like wanting to have sex, and that's it. And that's like kind of what it ended up being. So yeah, I'm hyped it's finally out for people to hear. It also was like a part of my sound. Like I've been making a lot of music that kind of sounds like that recently, so this is kind of like the first of all of that.
Really cool too that you co-wrote a song with Dua Lipa. Can you tell us about that? What was that experience like? That
was crazy. I've been like a fan of Dua Lipa forever. Like all throughout high school I listened to her first album that came out like on repeat all the time. So to get to have a song on her album is kind of insane. I'm just super honored because Future Nostalgia is like such a big album of this year, I think, and like it's so badass and it's so unapologetic, and like I really think it's like redefining like pop music with this album, like, and she's just such a badass. So I'm just like honored to be a small part of it, you know.
So now that it's been a couple weeks of like quarantine, what do you miss the most about the outside world? We're starting to I think realize like, oh, I miss doing that. I didn't realize I maybe would. So what do you miss the most?
I didn't realize that I considered going out to eat at restaurants a hobby until now. And then I'm like, oh shit, I have no hobbies. Like I just make music and go eat at restaurants. And now that I can't do that, I'm like having to cook, and that's like, I'm horrible at that. But That's the biggest one. And then like, I feel like I've been seeing this all over the internet, like memes where it's like remember that time 2 months ago where I told my friends that like I was too busy to like go out, and I do that all the time. I'll be like, nah, like I'm too busy to go out tonight. And now like once we're allowed to go out again, like every night I'll be doing something, because like you just take it for granted. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that. I feel like we've had the ability to do like these virtual things with our friends, like Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
A lot of people are doing that now, and it took, I think, this to realize that we can actually do that stuff, even though we don't see them now because we're across states and stuff like that.
Right.
Now we're actually figuring that stuff out. So
it's a trip. Yeah, it's definitely changing the game for a lot of things. But yeah, the fact that like we're going through this in a time where like technology is so advanced where like we can all still be talking to each other is dope.
So what about shows other than your own? What was the last concert you saw before everything got put on hold?
I saw, who did I see? Oh, I saw Tove Lo at the Palladium in LA, I think was my last show. And that was dope. She's like, I've always looked up to Tove Lo as like a writer and an artist, so it was really cool to see her. She like had broken her foot on tour, so she was like in a boot, like limping around on stage, but like still dancing, looking so hot. I was like, this is amazing. But yeah, that was the last show I went to.
And then is there any shows like other than your own that you were looking forward to coming up?
I don't know. I mean, I was looking forward to like the rest of the Christian French tour I was supposed to do, and then a tour with 2 Feet that was supposed to be at the end of this month. That was strange. Like I was in the middle, or I had just started tour, and then it got canceled because of Corona, and like we all had to go home, which was like the strangest experience. But yeah, hopefully everything will be getting rescheduled soon, and I'll get to like be back out on the road. I'm interested to see like when touring picks back up again for people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going to be weird because, you know, now they have to push everything back and try to like squeeze everything into the end of the year, and then maybe, you know, pick back up with the new tours. It'll be interesting. I think it's really bizarre. It's really crazy. But I hope everything
is wild.
We come out of this okay.
Oh, I just lost
we have a question. Who are you going to be collaborating with in the future? That's a...
Ooh. I mean, I just collaborated with 2 Feet, who I saw someone else asking if that tour is still on. It did get rescheduled. I don't think the rescheduled dates are out yet, but that will happen eventually. And so yeah, he featured on my song Drugs, and I don't know. I mean, I think out of quarantine, I think there's going to be a lot of cool collaborations that people are going to be like doing remotely. So I know I've been hitting up my artist friends and my producer friends and writer friends, and we've all been trying to just like make the most of it and make some art out of this. So I don't know, no one in particular for me right now, but hopefully something will come about. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, the 2 Feet Drugs collaboration is super cool. We love that too. Yeah, love it.
He's dope.
Yeah. So you were like 2 shows into that tour, you said, and then
literally one show. And
one show.
Yeah, we had a show in St. Louis, and then we started driving to go to, I think, Grand Rapids, and we were like halfway there, and Christian's team called, and they were like, yeah, we had to cancel. I like had a feeling it had just started getting like pretty crazy, but yeah, it was wild. Like, and trying to get home too, like the airports were crazy, like it was a whole thing. But I'm glad we got back safe and it was all good. But yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts. It's funny too because today's April Fool's Day. Like, talking about that, we're like, we don't have time for April Fool's pranks today. Nobody's in the mood for it.
I know, right? I totally forgot. That. Wait, can you see me? I feel like it's is the Wi-Fi bad? Can you see me or no?
There we go.
I'm back. Sorry. But yeah, no, I know. I saw someone. They were like, "Can the April Fool's prank this year just be that like Corona was like a joke?"
But this is all this is all a joke.
Yeah.
Nobody's in the mood for pranks this year. But have you ever been pranked? Like, have you been pranked in a pretty good way, or have you pranked somebody?
I feel like as a kid, I just grew up doing like the random pranks. Like I would like tape my kitchen sink faucet shut to like think that was like pranking my mom or something. Yeah. I feel like the good thing is like on all the tours I've been on, the bands I've been with and the artists I've been with are like the nicest people ever. I'm trying to think if anyone's ever. I feel like as the opener, I should have ran up during their like headlining set and like started some drama and see what happened in the future. Maybe on the 2 Feet tour, we'll pull some shit.
So out of your songs, what would you say is a good quarantine theme song?
Ooh, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sex for sure. And then drugs, I guess. I was saying the other day on like a YouTube live or something, I was like, the real drugs right now are like hand sanitizer, Clorox wipes, like everyone's wanting this now. But I think the quarantine theme song for me right now, and for a lot of people I'm sure, or just the sentiment is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sex. But yeah, hopefully I'll be having some more music coming out during quarantine. Now I know a lot of artists are like pushing out as much music as they can, because I feel like during a time like this, music and art and things like that are very much like needed for people to kind of have like an escape or like a distraction from all this. So yeah, we'll see.
You know, in thinking about when this is over, what's your plan for when this is all over? Other than like getting back to the tours and stuff like that, what are your goals for when this is all over?
Who even knows? Like every day I'm like, when is this gonna be over?
Yeah.
Like, am I gonna be like, you don't know. But definitely an EP that I've been working on all of 2019. I was just kind of like in the studio writing every day, and have just started to kind of pick my favorite songs and start like piecing together a little EP that'll hopefully come out in like June. And I'm like so hype on all these songs. So I'm finishing that, and that'll be coming out soon. Hopefully a lot more touring, and hopefully I get to come see you guys again. But yeah, I don't really know. Like, we'll see when this ends first and then go from there. But yeah, I've just been like making music so I can release some as soon as possible, you know.
Well, if this goes, you know, longer than we think it will, we'll have you back for sure. Maybe,
I would love to
hear some songs from you.
Yes,
we'll just keep doing this while we have to.
I love it, for real.
All right, Taylor. Well, good to talk to you, and we're excited for your new music and to see what you do next. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye.